I'm Tobi Tungl with AVNation Media. I'm here in InfoComm 2023 from wonderful, humid Orlando, Florida. I'm here with Chris from PSNI. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing great. It is a little warm, a little humid, but great view from up here.
It is a great view from up here. It's kind of nice to have an interview that you get to see what's going on. There's a lot of booth traffic, a lot of people here, which is fantastic. I personally love to see that because that's what our industry really is. It's the people, right? So. PSNI, it's kind of near and dear to our heart for what we're doing with you guys. But, from your perspective, PSNI is really here for the integrators. It's for the manufacturers or the PVPs, as you say, right?
Right.
What are you guys doing right now to really support that industry piece?
Yeah, and it's certainly part of what you just were referring to. At this point, we look at the total ecosystem, and integrators can't do it by themselves. Vendors can't do it by themselves. And customers can't benefit till everybody works together. It's just a large undertaking for everyone to work closely together. And that's what we really focus on. Our vendor partners throughout, we just added, I think 8 more just this year alone. They're all uniquely tied into the organization. Eric Snyder chairs the PVP committee. They look at the products, the trends, emerging technologies that are going on in the industry, and then they align with those vendors to bring into the program. We get 100 or so inquiries a year from manufacturers who want to be in the program. We typically take 5 to 10 a year if that's necessary, because we can't make a commitment to too many at the same time that overlap doing the same products and services. That's just not fair. But they become part of our strategic plan. They're part of our solution. We just had our annual breakfast this morning. CTI's president, John Laughlin, is our president this year. He hosted the event. We had a great turnout this year. We did our annual awards, and we recognize our vendors based on the feedback from our members around the world, which is really kind of cool. It's very prestigious for the vendors to be a part of it.
I saw some of the photos from that event. It was fantastic this morning.
Yeah, it's really good, and each year they like to step up and go to the next level of partnership with us, so they're part of the award ceremony.
The award's really cool. There's one downstairs actually from us, right?
Yes.
It's a nice big blue plate.
Absolutely.
It's got your logo on it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that recognition is so important to what you guys are doing in your mission, right? And really supporting that global initiative to make sure that the clients that all these integrators have that same experience, whether it's in the Netherlands or the United States or the UK, right? That piece is so important to companies like that, because otherwise, what are we doing, right? If you got to make it easy, got to make it consistent, that user experience. So, on that same ticket, what's the future of PSNI? I'm a big fanboy of PSNI here. So, I mean, what do you guys see in the next 3, 5, maybe decade out?
Yeah, that's a great question. In fact, right now we're working on our 5-year strategic plan. Of course, plans are made to be broken, but they certainly tease you to do a roadmap to see what's down the line. And that's very difficult in technology because it changes so quickly. But we still see, regardless of the product set, we see a service-centric approach. Our goal is to continue to develop our network worldwide, to have those top 150 GDP cities in the world covered, to provide a level 3 service within 2 to 3 hours in a city, a major market in the world, to develop end-to-end solutions. That's it. That's CTI does that. That's what we want for all of our integrators, and that's what customers want, end-to-end solutions, from design and consultation all the way to managing and monitoring those services and solutions, and then being able to adopt and take care of those problems in a predictive manner.
Yeah, I mean, the second day support is almost more important than an initial installation, right?
That's absolutely right.
And, with the PVP group growing and adding more products to the mix, I know there's a lot of variables that I'll probably get overlooked here, but having that global approach, being able to support any integrator in the world is obviously probably really top of the list.
Yes.
And then as you guys start to navigate, and you touched on it a little bit, to not have overlap for those partners,
That's
right?
exactly right.
We don't want them competing with one another in the PSNI network. We want them to be kind of complementary. Certainly there's going to be a little bit, right? But complementing them makes things smoother.
We and you have seen it and experienced it as well, as there is a co-opetition model. We compete when it's appropriate in the countries, in the cities around the world where we're located. But we also treat each other's customer as we want them to be treated. And that's really important. And that's built on trust, and that's built on finding the right type of company who understands that model. It no longer is it you live in a vacuum and one company can do it all anywhere in the world. It just can't be done. But customers expect that, at least a certain type of customer does. So that's what we strive for. I'm sure we'll take some curves along the road, but I see us moving towards that end-to-end solution. Certainly one thing I think we've all learned is if you can provide post-installation services and provide them well and consistent, you'll be invited back for the installation later.
Is that the hot tip of the day?
That's the hot tip of the day.
Well, and you know, a lot of integrators, that's kind of where they really focus, because customers want that red carpet, not red tape approach, right? As I call it.
That's
where
right. That's a great
if,
one.
you know, if a CEO calls and their conference room's down or their training room is down, that's lost dollars for their staff not being able to use these spaces. And it could be anything from a real basic huddle space to a more, you know, crazy broadcast studio from there. But really having that second wing of staff, I guess, if you want to put it that way, where they have an integrator, whether it's CTI or anybody else that's out there, that they can call and know that it's covered. And the type of expertise that's coming out to handle that has been vetted financially, technically, everything is solid, and everything gets taken care of, right?
Yeah, it's not easy to do. It's been tried before. Very few have pulled it off seamlessly and consistently over an extended period of time, and certainly that's our goal. We have bumps in the road, but they just go with the territory of multinational economic, political issues, and the goal is just stay the course, standardize your processes, have a high level of trust and respect, and the details will work themselves out.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more to it, but I 100% agree with you, right? I mean, that kind of just forward movement and letting things kind of hash out and process takes care of a lot of it, right? So,
absolutely.
Well, Chris, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your show. It's great seeing you.
Great to see you.
I'm Tobi Tungl with AVNation. If you want to hear more about what we're doing on the show floor, go to avnation.tv.